We're going to do we're going to start 2.3, which is real zeros of polynomial functions, and we're going to talk about long division. Okay? Long division. Now, y'all listen. You've been doing long division since you were in the, what, 4th, 5th grade? That's about the time they start doing long division. So let's just practice on a number. We're going to do long division of polynomials, but let's just practice on a number and make sure that we remember how to do it. So we're going to divide 4 into 238. All right? So tell me how to do it. Okay. How many times does 4 go into 23? 5. Okay. Now really, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about who can I multiply 4 by and get close to 23, but I can't go over, right? Isn't that what you're really thinking? That's why when little kids don't know how to divide, it's really not that they can't divide, it's that they don't know their multiplication tables, okay? So if you have a sibling, a little sister or brother, and they say, well, I just don't know how to divide, I don't get it. It's because they don't know their multiplication facts, okay? So then you multiply. What's 5 times 4? And now what do? Subtract. 3 from 0, or 0 from 3 is 3, and 2 from 2 is 0. Bring down your 8, and then you just start all over again, right? How many times does 4 go into 38? 9. All right, 9 times 4 is 36. Doesn't end it in a 6. And then we subtract. There you go. So there is my 2. Now let's see if you know all the words. What is this number out here called? That's right. The divisor. Okay? Not like Parker this morning. Parker called it the divider. And I go, I don't think it's the divider. Maybe here in South Texas it might be, but it's the divisor. I always say he's he's outside. Okay? Whereas this guy right here is inside the dividend. So the dividend is in the house. All right? Now, what's this called? My quotient, the answer when you divide. And then this little number down here is my remainder.
You didn't want it to go all the way? I went the rest of the way.
No, I don't want you to. Now, I do want to know this, though. Can I check and make sure that this 59 with a remainder of 2 is correct? How would you do that? Oh, okay. So I could go 4 times 59 and then add 2. And what should I get? 238. So that means that you can write me the algorithm for division. Sounds like a really smart word, doesn't it? Y'all, yeah, it's just a formula. It's just a formula, okay? We're doing general. So instead of using the numbers, what are we going to use? Yeah, the words, all right? So tell me what the algorithm is. Okay, divisor. Oh, I left the I out. Times the quotient. What else? Plus the remainder is equal to the dividend. Okay? So that's the algorithm. Now look, just saying the word algorithm, what are people going to think? Oh, they're really smart. Okay? I mean, it's just a formula, people. That's what we call it that all the time. But if you say the word formula, people don't go, whoa, you're really smart. They just go, we know lots of formulas. All right? So, but that's all that is, an algorithm. Did y'all ever watch the show Numbers? Yep. No, you aren't old enough. Please tell me you are not that young. Yeah. It was written like this. Yeah, you notice I had to think about it. Numbers. And it was about this really geeky math guy, right? And he wrote algorithms to solve crimes. That's what he did. Okay, so he helped his brother, who was an FBI guy, and he helped him solve all these crimes just because he wrote algorithms to figure out who was most likely the suspect, or where did he live, in what area, and he had this. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can do long division with polynomials, okay? So here's the first one, example 1. We're going to divide 6x to the third minus 19x squared plus 16x minus 4 by x minus 2. And we're going to do it with long division, okay? Now,
If you want to register.
no scurry. The first thing that we need to do is we need to figure out who goes in the house, who is the dividend. You are not allowed to use words like the biggest one, the longest one. You cannot do that, okay? You have to tell me a better way to figure out. In this case, it's the, it's the first one. In this case, it's the first one. If you're going to divide this one by that, then you have to put the first one in the house. He has to be your dividend. Otherwise, you would be dividing it the other way. All right, so this is 6x to the third. I do make sure that every exponent is represented. If there is one that's missing, I'll put a 0 in there because most of the time it works out nicer for me that way. So, bye. Dallin, you're on it today now. All right? We're here. Okay, so here we go.
Here's our first tweet.
What did he say? Was that a 3 with a line in it? Is that what he asked?
He said, what's BY?
Oh, he's that bad? No, I didn't know it was that bad. Oh, my goodness. What's BY? It's okay. I like it. All right. Now, normally we would say, how many times does x go into 6x to the third? And watch, you can do it that way. 6x to the third divided by x. How many, what can I take out? An x. So I take out this one here, and I'm left with x squared. So how many times does it go in there? 6x squared. But watch, just by me saying it a different way, it's a whole lot easier for you to know the answer, and you don't have to do any work. Okay? So, I'm just going to ask it like this. What do you want to multiply x by to get 6x to the third? Right. And we're going to keep all our stuff organized. So we're going to put all the x cubes in this column, all the x squares in this column, all the x's in this column, and the plain numbers are constant in the last column. So the 6x squared is going to go in the x squared column. And then we're going to multiply. And you multiply everything, guys. So we're going to multiply 6x squared by x, and what do you get? 6x cubed. And you're going to multiply 6x squared times negative 2, and what do you get? Okay, now here's where you normally subtract, right? But if I put a minus sign out here, you're only going to subtract the first term, and I want to subtract the whole entire polynomial. So what does that minus sign really mean to do? Yeah, he just means change all the signs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to change everybody's sign. So he becomes a negative, and he becomes a positive. And then I'm just going to add. Now what happens to these first two terms? They cancel out. Now let's think about that. I said, what do you multiply this by to get this? I got it, and then I changed its sign. Will it always cancel out? Yeah, it will. Y'all, if it doesn't cancel out, what did you do? Something wrong. You're wrong. When it does cancel out, then I go, whoa, at least I'm on the right track. Okay, as long as I didn't make a careless error, I'm good. What's negative 19x squared and a positive 12x squared? And then we just write down everything else. Plus 16x and minus 4. And then we start all over again. Okay? What do you multiply x by to get a negative 7x squared? Negative 7x. And then I multiply. Y'all remember this? What's negative 7x times x? Negative 7x squared. What's negative 7x times negative 2? Positive 14x. And then I do what? Change all the signs. So he becomes a plus and he becomes a minus. Be careful when you do it like this. When you can make a minus sign into a plus, it's not that bad. But right here, you're going to have to make sure that your brain is looking at that negative sign, okay, and not seeing the positive. All right, the first two cancel out, so that's good. What's a positive 16x and a negative 14x? 2x, and then your minus 4. Can we divide again? How do I know when to stop? When you can't? Well, how do you know when you can't? No?
Is bigger than your remainder.
Okay, so when the exponent of my divisor is bigger than this exponent right here, then you have to stop. For instance, what if this had been an x squared, and I had said, what do you multiply x squared by to get 2x?
No.
Yeah, you would have gone, what? You can't do that. All right, so that's what we're talking about. Now, this is a 1 and this is a 1. Can I keep going? Yes. What do you multiply x by to get 2x? So, plus 2. Don't forget to put a plus 2. Okay? So, and then you multiply. What's 2 times x? And what's 2 times negative 2? Negative 4. And then you change your signs. Cancel and cancel. My remainder is 0. What does that mean? Does that mean something special when your remainder is 0? It divides evenly. That's what our brains say. That's what we say. That's a common English thing. Now listen, Gabby wasn't here, wasn't she? I saw Gabby this weekend. She was like, we were at Buc-ee's. She went on a church trip with the kids, and she was walking out of the restroom as I was fixing to go in, and all of a sudden we both just stopped, looked at each other, and she goes, Miss Davis! And she took off running and hugged me. I was like, oh my gosh. So it was kind of cool. But if we said that to Gabby, would she understand? Because look, 2 goes into 6. Does 2 go into 6 evenly?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for what our brains say, but for what Abby would think? No, because 3's not even. It's odd, right? So it's kind of a crazy thing. We say it goes in there evenly. Really what we mean is that it goes in there and what? Yeah, none left over. 0 is my remainder, okay? So be careful when you're saying that, especially if you're trying to help someone who might not understand. All right, so if 0 is my remainder, then that tells me that x minus 2 is a factor of this polynomial right here, okay? He's a factor of it. Matter of fact, if I multiplied x minus 2 times this right here, I would get that because I don't have to add any remainder to it, right? It's 0. All right, everybody okay? Okay, let me give you, are you ready to try one by yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going to divide.
X minus 2p plus.
Huh?
X minus 2 still goes into that next one, doesn't it?
0?
No, x minus 2 goes into the quotient. So x minus 2 times x minus 2 plus.
No, x minus 2 won't go into the other one. Okay, we're going to divide x to the third minus 1 by x minus 1. Okay? Now, listen. I just want you to set it up for me. That's all I want you to do. Don't work it. Just set it up. We'll just take it like eating an elephant, just a little bit at a time, and make sure you're okay. Oh, I don't think I would eat an elephant. Well, I don't know. If I was starving, I might. But, I don't know. But I just learned this weekend that there's the biggest whale in the world. His tongue weighs as much as an elephant.
Blue whales?
Yeah, that's big. That's a big, giant tongue.
They're 30 yards long.
30 yards long.
Not the wait.
That's almost as long as a football field.
Third of the football field.
Oh, 30 yards. Oh, I was doing, sorry. No, I don't know. Never mind. Oh, that's dumb. We're going to have to go take that out of there. Did she just say that?
They're big enough to hold a football team. They used to tell us that. Maybe that's what you were thinking about.
No,
they're
I was
33
actually
they're
thinking.
Like,
I don't know.
Really close to 33 yards long.
No, not the tongue, the whole whale.
The whole whale.
Oh, I was thinking, whales don't have ears, Abby. I'm pretty sure. They just have holes in their heads. Abby said, but think about their ears. I'm like, what? Pretty sure they know. But I don't know. I was thinking 30 yards was the size of a football field. So, I don't know. At first I thought, but then that makes them not very small, not very big.
That is big.
I'm looking at that. What is it called?
30 yards?
30 yards. 100 feet long.
That's what happened to me. It was 90 feet, and so my brain went, 90 feet, 90 yards. That's a football field.
They're long. They're big.
That's just like 3 of those big thick stripes on a football
Blue
field.
whale, male, 79 feet, female, 80.
It's not even 100 feet.
No, because the football field's marked off. These are 10.
It's not even 100 feet. It's 80 feet.
Are they 5 yards?
Yeah, 80 feet.
Oh, okay.
They're about 80 feet.
I thought they were marked off in 10s, and they had little hashtags. Oh, they have little bitty ones in between each one of those. Stop. I'm telling you that in between each one of these big giant lines is a little bitty hashtag.
It goes like this.
Oh, my pen went blank. Not hashtag.
Little big hashtag.
We're still recording.
They have to have a football lesson.
Every one of those is 5.
Do the thing though. Do the thing. Do the thing. I'm gonna show you. It's still not writing. It's really not. You have to touch the board, like push it. I am.
No, don't push it down.
Don't push it. I mean, I'm writing on the board.
We're still recording. Are you gonna like edit this out or just There you go.
Okay, so in here, what did you put? X to the third plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 1. And then x minus 1 out here. Okay? Now, you're going to ask yourself that question, right? Chris, what do I have to multiply x by to get x to the third? Where's it go? Now you do it. You finish it. See if you can finish the problem. It's kind of a weird one. That's one of the reasons we're working it. Is this what y'all got so far? No? I'm not finished. Okay? And then I added here 0x and 1x make x. Bring down my minus 1. What do you multiply x by to get x? 1. So you got to put plus 1. You multiply, change the sign, Gone and gone, my remainder is 0. Okay? That means that x minus 1 is a factor of x cubed minus 1. Hey, x cubed minus 1. Y'all think that factors into x minus 1 to the 3rd power? Very good. No, that would be crazy. But do you remember, this is a freebie, okay? We're going to teach you this later on, but you should have learned it from last year. Nobody's remembered it. Let's see if anybody in here can remember it. All right? So, how do you factor the difference or the sum of two perfect cubes? Cube root of the first. Keep the sign. Cube root. Cube root of the last. Oh, go. That's when we wrote in big letters. Go back. Because you had to close it off and start it out. And then you had to go back to the beginning. And what do? Square the first. Change the sign because that's what makes all that stuff in there, the x squares and stuff, go away. Nope. Take their product. Don't twice the product, but just take the product. And then always plus square the last. And what did I tell you about this right here?
That would never be able to be factored.
It will never factor. Very good. So we're going to learn that again this year. Okay? Won't be long. We'll be talking about that too. All right. So let's do another one. Let's do this one. X squared plus 2x minus 3 divided into 2x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. Okay? All right, you do it all by yourself. I'm not rushing you. I'm just trying to...
Roasting.
Oh, roasting. Oh, I'm not roasting you. I'm just trying to draw you back into class.
He was spaced out.
I was thinking about that new tweet.
I didn't say anything. I don't like this. Why do we have to do this?
Because there's not any other way to work a problem like this.
Are we going to have to work a problem like this for real?
Oh, for real? Like in the real world? Nah, probably not.
Yeah, why do we have to do this?
Because my room's not the real world.
Whoa, this one. Oh, dang it.
Yeah. This one does have a remainder, so don't think, oh my gosh, I got a remainder, so that's wrong. What did I do? It has one.
Well, that one made it too. How do you write for the remainder?
Oh, that one went away too. I'm going to show you how to write it.
Did you not know it went away?
Well, I just didn't remember. It's only the 3rd time I've worked this problem, but... So, then plus 1, right? And then x squared. Come on, 10. divisor. Look, think about it this way. If you divide 4 into 9, okay, does it go with the remainder of 0?
No.
Evenly, as you say? No, it doesn't. How many times is 4 going to 9? 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. So your remainder is 1. So it goes 2 and 1/4. We're going to do the same thing, except, y'all, this is 2 and 1/4. And means added, in addition to, right? You can write these together because these are called a mixed number. But this is a polynomial, and I can't just write it with that. So I'll write it like this. Okay? Yes.
Why can't we just write remainder x plus 1?
That's not the way we write it. Okay? Remember when you first learned how to do this long division, that's what you did. You wrote 2R1, right? And then your teacher taught you how to write it as a part of the divisor. It is the 1 out of the 4. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Let's do one more. What if I was going to do, let's just do one more real quick, because I want to talk to you about the remainder. All right? This one won't take but a second. I know you think I'm lying, but I'm not. We're going to divide x to the third minus 9. Crud. Divide by x squared plus 1. X to the third minus 9. We're going to divide it by x squared plus 1. Okay, so what do I want to put in the house?
X cubed plus 0 squared minus 1.
Now, I know some of you are going, oh my gosh, this is going to take longer than a minute. But watch what happens. What do you multiply x squared by to get x cubed? So when I multiply, I get x to the third plus x. So I don't even have one of these, okay? I don't need it, so I'm not going to use it. I change my sign. These go away, and this is negative x minus 9. Now, can I divide again? No. So, my remainder, can I write this for my remainder?
No. You didn't change all the time.
Very good. Y'all listen to me. If you can't do it like that, you put a plus, and then you can put your negative like that. Or you can change all the signs just on the top, not the bottom. Okay? And you can write it like that. Either one of those are fine.